Hello everyone, this is Noemi Banchi from Valley Heights near Sydney in Australia, and today we are going to talk about beings of light of the white ray. We were talking, yes, that is the title. We are in the course of 7 rays. And we were talking about different rays. Last year we talked about the blue ray, the golden ray, the pink ray, and we talk about the white ray. Well, today, according to the program, we are going to see beings. Why is it important to know about them? Well, because each being represents a virtue, or they are masters in some qualities, and it's good that we know them in order to invoke them if we need it. But at the same time, it's important for us to also realize in ourselves, in our daily activities, those qualities, which we are talking about the qualities of the fourth white ray particularly. Well, let's get started. So the first being we are going to see today is Ptah. Yes, the pronunciation is Ptah. And Ptah is the supreme being of the white ray, a cosmic architect and the director of the 7 Elohim. The Elohim are the constructors of everything, any manifestation, they are involved in that process. So imagine that Ptah is their director, so is above Elohim. And Elohim, if you have a little bit of knowledge of these words, well, Elohim is used in the Bible as synonym of God. And some Bible says Elohim created the earth and the earth, so it's like synonym of God because they were the creators. And well, the Ptah brought thought's creator verb into manifestation. If we see the image of Ptah, this is the representation, we can see on his image that Ptah holds the crusher of power over matter in his hands. So as you see him on the picture, and well, what is the representation of that is that we can control the matter by our words. What we say, we have power in our words. Ptah's beard means power into the verb, because what he decrees is done. And it's very, very, I would say it again, very important. Sorry, but I have to say that because let's talk. First of all, we talk, don't we? We talk all the time. Well, but it's important. Again, sorry, but it's important that we control our verb, what we say, our words, and we need to control in order to say only positive things. Because as you saw the image of Ptah, every human being is a creator. And we have that quality, and we can use that quality with our words. The thing is that what we say, then that thing it manifests. Or it manifests. Well, let's see some examples. Most of the time, I'm working I'm a physiotherapist, see patients, and patients usually come with pain. And they, say, what is your goal? I ask, okay, what is your goal? Oh, my goal is to be pain-free. And I say, okay, but if you think of pain, then what you have is pain. What is the positive way of saying exactly the same, but with different words? And they start thinking, I don't know, they say. See how the whole mechanism of thought is important. So the first thing is, okay, how do you want to be? And I say, I want to be good. Perfect. Do you want to be healthy? Yes, I want. Okay, that is positive. I want to be healthy. I want to be well. But also we can say, I'm healthy. I'm well. I am is the creator verb. When we say, I am this, I am that, then we are creating the situation. On the other hand, that is the positive phase. On the other hand, it's exactly the same with negative thoughts. The other day I was in a meeting and they were talking about different accidents. And they brought some examples of different accidents. And do you know what happened? Well, it happened an accident in the place. Because the words, we have power in our words. Ptah, it's the same as ta. Well, now we need to be aware of what we are saying all the time. What about if we say something, people ask me, oh, what about if I said something and then I regret, or I realize that was something negative? Okay, good that you realize that, and then you can say, I take all the power away. Someone the other day said to me something negative, and I'm not going to reproduce it. And I said, I take all the power away. Let's say that someone tells you, look, like for example, in medicine, doctors can use their words and they don't know, and they say, okay, well, you cannot play basketball anymore. And the person believes, because the doctor, and I'm not talking about any in particular, just generally speaking, the people give authority to doctors, and the doctors say I cannot play, okay, it's because I can't. Well, I will sit down and think about it if I really can or cannot, because the power is in our words. Well, Ptah's etheric retreat is over Abu Simbel in Egypt. And Ptah's musical keynote is within Verdi's opera Aida. And if you like to listen to this particular musical keynote, well, there is the link in the description below, so you can listen if you like. The reason why I don't share with you the musical keynote is because there is a copyright and we want to respect that. So, another being is Thoth, Hermes, and he's a cosmic being of the white ray, the messenger of the gods. And he revealed the 7 universal principles. What are they? Okay, the 7 universal principles are mentalism, cause and effect, vibration, rhythm, polarity, generation, and correspondence. We can remember that. And well, what is all this about? Well, the first one, mentalism, is everything that you think and feel, good or bad, it manifests. Simple like that. Second one, cause and effect. Everything you do to yourself or someone else, good or bad, returns to you. That sounds like karma. It's exactly karma. Number 3, everything is this is rhythm. Everything that goes everything that goes comes back between positive side and negative one. Vibration. Everything vibrates and moves. Nothing is permanent. Do not attach yourself and protect yourself from vibes. It's very important that we protect. And we protect with our words. When I say I don't accept it, well, you are protecting yourself. Number 5, everything has 2 poles, positive and negative. Let's continue with the example of health and the appearance of illness. Well, you can choose the pole, you can choose the side. You can stay on the health, saying I'm healthy, and doing actions like, for example, going to see your GP, doing physio, taking your medication, etc., etc., etc. Or on the negative side, complain without taking any action. Number 6 is generation, and everything is generated and multiplied. And number 7 is correspondence. Everything corresponds with another level, as above, so below. And if we go, as you see, the 7 universal principles are working on almost as one principle, because as you think, then you will manifest. Okay, so Astraea and Claire, they are Elohim who brought the qualities of the 4th white ray from the great central spiritual sun to the earth. When we talk about God, some people think of God as an anthropomorphic being, but it's not. God is being, is qualities or virtues, and its principles. So, and those virtues or qualities are organized in 7 aspects. The 4th aspect is the white aspect, or the white ray. And particularly Astraea and Claire, they brought all these qualities of the white ray, such as purity, ascension, art, beauty, all these things to the earth from the great central spiritual sun. So that sphere that we learned, that the 4th sphere of the the great central spiritual sun, or God for some religions, well, that virtues are also within within your your fourth sphere in your body, in your causal body. So what I mean is, in other words, when you think of God, let's say for example, if you think of God as beauty, that beauty you can manifest on you by decree, by actions, by, for example, cleaning yourself, having a shower every day, putting makeup on, using bright, when I say bright, I mean colors, wearing colors, white for example, and so on. And then you start acting with those qualities in yourself. And as we talk about the power of our words, this is a decree. A decree is something like is done. It's not like, oh, like a, let's see if it happened, let's ask for that. No, it's something like it's done because I said that. And this is the decree. Beloved Lady Astraea, eliminate all sinister energy that is contrary to light. Astraea with Archangel Michael, they are working 24/7 and working every single day to cut and free us. Cut and free. Yeah. So we can invoke them. And Lady Astraea's musical keynote is within Johann Severin Svendsen's Romance. And you can find the link in the description below. Elohim Claire, its complement. So he holds the purity of the immaculate concept for the kingdoms and planes on earth. He is where the manifestation of purity and clarity is required. And you are seeing the representation of Elohim Claire by Frank Alvarado, an Venezuelan artist. Well, this is another decree. When you want to clarify something, when you need to clean your mind in some situation, you can say, Beloved Claire, clarify. Make it clear for me. And Elohim Claire's musical keynote is within Rachmaninoff Piano Concerto number 2 of number 18, and you can find the link in the description below as well. Well, Gabriel and Hope. We talk about the Elohim. The Elohims they work with all the forms, and the archangels. Well, the archangels work with feelings. And we can invoke them if we know them. So Gabriel and Hope are the archangels who hold the qualities of the fourth white ray for humans and the earth. And if you see here, yes, I'm pointing this flute. Why? Because it's not a flute, it's a trumpet. And the trumpet means that when the trumpet sounds, means that he's awakening us. And you see his left hand pointing upwards, saying, put your attention in God. And as you see, the 7 rays, so the trumpet, this is he's essential. He's awakening us. And what about this? Well, do you recognize this particular scene? Well, Joseph is written, of course. Joseph, Mary, and Jesus flee to Egypt, protected by an invisible mantle given by Archangel Gabriel. And what happened at that time? Well, they had to flee because Herod wanted to kill all the kids under 2 years old, or younger than 2 years old, and of course Jesus was among that group. So Archangel Archangel Gabriel, let's say that surrounded, or wrapped them, and well, they were invisible in the kind of only for the negativity, so nobody could see them because they were protected. And that thing can happen with someone who is walking with a danger, when they are walking into a danger street or in a dangerous place, for example. Well, you can use that particular mantle because it's there to use it. It's something like that, and you just use it. How? Well, just using the decree. I am Archangel Gabriel's invisibility mantle, which makes me invincible and invisible to all sinister energy less than perfection. And you're just protected. You see how important are your words when you say those words. You are protecting yourself, nothing else. And Archangel Gabriel's musical keynote is within Pietro Mascagni's Cavalleria Rusticana intermezzo. And his complement, Lady Hope, is the arche of the fourth white ray. So Archangel Gabriel is the male aspect of the fourth ray, and Lady Hope is the female aspect in terms of archangels. So they are both archangels. And Lady Hope, along with Lady Faith and Lady Charity, are the three theological virtues: hope, faith, and charity. And this is the representation of Lady Hope. And have you seen this series? Is The Sandman? I brought this here because when I watched this, I thought, oh my god, this is so good. What happened in Sandman? Well, you see here Sandman. This is the character. If you haven't seen the series, I'm telling just a little bit. This is Sandman, and this is the devil. Yep. So he had to fight with the devil. So what happened? So the first thing between the fight was what we said at the beginning: the power of your words. Because the fight, it wasn't with, you imagine, like, lightning or weapons or anything like that. No, nothing like that. They were fighting with words by saying, for example, I am an eagle, and the other say I am one say, for example, I am a snake, and the other say I am an eagle, and the other say I am a bacteria, and the other say I am the air. Well, something like that. So the power of your word, when you say I am, this is because you are, and they were. So the production was so good, because you can see them when they say I am this, and then they manifest because they realize that I am that, and they were that. Well, the thing is that the Sandman was almost dead because the devil, is so intelligent. But what the Sandman said? What did the Sandman say? Can you imagine? We are talking about this white, the white ray. He said, and he won by saying, I am hope. And he won. When you say in your daily life, I am hope, I hope that this happen. Well, you are connecting with hope. It's a being. And you can manifest that in your life. The same with faith and charity. Would you like to give it a go and try? Okay, another being of the fourth ray is Serapis Bey, and known as the Egyptian, is the guardian of the ascension flame, the director of the fourth wide ray of harmony, ascension, purity, beauty, and art, lord of the seraphic hosts, the divine architect of the earth, the hierarch of the retreat of Luxor, and the director of the Brotherhood of Luxor. Well, you see his representation as an Egyptian, yes, and he is in charge of the ascension flame. He was King Leonidas, who fought at the Battle of Thermopylae. This is a sculpture of King Leonidas in Greece. And you know the story? No? Okay, let me tell you a little bit. So Leonidas was the king of these Greece people, and they need to fight against this man called what is his name? Okay, a Persian guy, which I will remember his name in a moment. And the Persian army was composed of 10,000 soldiers, but actually they were not soldiers, they were more like slaves of Xerxes. I remember that, Xerxes, the name. And then Leonidas with 300 men, what very strong men, like very good soldiers. And they, well, soldier, I think, yeah, probably are. They fought in a particular area where they couldn't win, of course, but they could retain the army until Greece could find people and then win. At the end of the day, they won. So King Leonidas was who we know in metaphysics as Serapis Bey. And one of his main qualities was discipline. Discipline in terms of what we think, what we say, what we think, what we feel, what we say, and what we do. Discipline on that. And then a Serapis Bey's musical keynote is within Franz Liszt's Liebestraum No. 3. This is another representation of Serapis Bey, and you can see the Brotherhood of Luxor, all these beings who work there, and we can invoke them if we need. If we know anyone in depression, we can invoke them, or any situation that we we listened in the news, or we watch the news and we realize that some situations we can invoke this brotherhood of Luxor. Okay. And this is the decree. So we can say this now. I am invoking all the members of the Brotherhood of Luxor to make my world rise right now with the white ray of ascension. Thank you, Father. And finally, Lamorai is the Supreme Lord of Cosmic Harmony. And Lamorai's musical keynote is within Debussy's Claire de Lune. And you can listen to this musical keynote in the link, which is in the description below. Okay, so thank you very much. We saw so far different beings of the white ray, and the point here is that we can realize that yes, there are other beings that we can invoke them, we know them, but the most important thing is that we can incarnate those virtues in our daily life, in our job, with our boss and our class colleagues, at home, bringing harmony at home by listening to harmonic music, especially with these keynotes, which creates a good atmosphere, good vibes, and of course, be aware of what you say, because you have power in your words. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye for now.